Oh my god. What a fucking fight. Sean Strickland's up 3-1. I think at worst 2-2. He's winning this round so far. We'll see what happens though. Oh man, I don't. Sean Strickland's leg kick or calf kick defense this fight so much better than previous. It's not like it's incredible, but he is like checking some of these kicks. He's putting it up, so he's blocking it. And that defense, I'm surprised it's doing so well. I knew Strickland had like that weird power in his hands. Oh man. All right, well, let's see if this goes. There's 20 seconds left in this round. Oh, Strickland's getting in his face. Shit. Put your hands up, bro. Whew. Let's go, Strickland. Let's go. You got a new middleweight champ. New middleweight champ. That's a new middleweight champ. 4-1. Let's go. I knew Strickland was going to make this tough, man. This is so clear 4-1. This is so clear 4-1. If the judges screw this up, Dana's like fucking freaking out. You already know. Oh, that knockdown early, man. Oh. That's fucking insane. Out of all people, we just need Colby to hit the... Well, we need to see if he gets the decision. We know how they are with Adesanya. This 49-46 scorecard. This is so clear, though. I don't know how they don't give it to him. Oh, man. All right, let's hear this decision. Let's hear this decision. I'm kind of geeking out a little bit. Oh, here we go. They're going straight to it. Adesanya doesn't think they won. The commentators don't think he won. That's Strickland, 49-46. Yes, let's go. Let's go. I'm so happy for him. Holy shit. Oh my god. All three 49-46. Let's go. Izzy, let him have his moment. Come on, bro. Let's go. You never think that shit happens. Holy shit. All right, let's hear the post-fight speech. Crowd's cheering him too. Let's go. Fuck. Strickland just won. Here. Let me get this shit working. So I can get the chat in there. But yeah, Strickland won. 49-46, completely outclassed Adesanya. He won round 1 And then 3, 4, and 5. Insane. Bruh. Insane. I know, right? Oh, man. Oh, man. All right, chat should appear now on screen. Oh, my God. I'm telling you, Strickland has that weird power in his hands. I don't know what it is. He doesn't throw hard or anything. Well, he does throw. He has been throwing it pretty hard recently, but it was just a perfect shot. It's insane. I'm telling what you always got to do with Izzy, keep him on the outside and have him circle around. That was the one issue Jared Cannonier had. That's what I'm saying. You got to keep Izzy on the outside, and he didn't clinch or look for a takedown either, which is even more impressive because I thought he was actually going to grapple. And he did shoot in for a takedown, or at least threatened it like a couple times. But man, that's insane. Well, you guys know the meme: Sean O'Malley, Sean Strickland. It's just Colby left, and we could have all three at one point, at one time. That would be insane. Whew. But yeah, I don't know if I finished it, but yeah, keep Izzy on the outside. Jared Cannonier, although that fight did tire out a lot of people and made them fall asleep, he won two of those rounds and ended up clinching. Like, you got to keep him on the outside. Pereira knocked him out that way, kept him on the outside, caught him and finished him. You saw Sean Strickland do the same thing. Izzy isn't as defensively aware on the outside, and he just gets caught. There's a way to beat him. He's very fast and very quick, so it's really hard. He's super lengthy too. But man, that was super impressive. But now, what does that mean for like Dricus du Plessis now? Because he's supposed to get a title shot. Maybe you do, and then I feel like you should give Israel Adesanya the rematch, but he's already lost to Pereira and then just got the belt back. Like, he hasn't defended it since then. So, like, maybe you do, like, him versus DDP in, like, Africa to headline, like, a UFC pay-per-view card or something, and then you do winner of Costa Chimaev, which will probably be Chimaev, so you can make that fight and then give Chimaev the belt. And then you have whoever wins out of Izzy and DDP fight him. I don't know. Maybe they just give him the rematch anyways, but, man, there's a lot of things that could happen now. Oh, my God. Who would have thought he would have just completely outstruck Adesanya for... what, 4 out of the 5 rounds? Like, that's insane. I need to check out Twitter. What is Twitter saying? You have to change the cover now, EA. Sean Strickland Supremacy is here. Yeah, Israel Adesanya was the deluxe cover of the UFC 5 game that's about to come out. Guess there's I guess there is the, whatever they call it, the curse. There's Ariel. UFC brass didn't want to book this fight, drag their feet, tried to book at least 2 other main events because they didn't think Strickland was game. Booked it a month ago because there was no options left. What a sport. I actually want to see what Dana White's post-fight press conference will look like, because you could tell that he's going to be a little bit nervous, especially with all the shit that Sean Strickland says. He didn't hit the trifecta. Who would have known that of all post-fight speech, Sean Strickland would have kept it the most PC out of the majority of this card. Yeah, it didn't even cross my mind that Sean would win a dominant decision. I thought for sure it was going to be like a competitive if he was going to win it. And I even thought like with some of the the decisions that we get where it's like a weird 49-46 when it's really like a 48-47 with Izzy, I was like, okay, for sure he's going to win a decision anyways. But I was not expecting him to completely outclass him on the feet. It was, well, we'll say for a couple of rounds where he rocked him. The other two were like, he just landed a lot more and they're a lot better strikes. So I won't say he outclassed him, but he won 4 of those 5 rounds pretty impressively. What a crazy card. I think he even had freaking Joe Rogan saying Strickland was winning that. And that's hard for Joe Rogan to do because he doesn't. Oh, wait, where did he say? Are they doing the Calabasas? Oh, yeah, they are doing the Calabasas fight live fight companion. I didn't know that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Joe Rogan even called it for Strickland, which is crazy because I could tell freaking Joe Rogan's a really big fan of Israel Adesanya. So crazy fight. Barring a rivalry, Sean Street, yeah. Insane. And new. Holy shit. Out of all people. So insane. I wonder if there was something up with Izzy, not to take anything away from Strickland. Because he did do all the right things. Like how you're supposed to be Izzy, that's how you're supposed to do it. But Izzy was just so calm. It looked like he was talking to Dana and all that. I wonder if he was like gonna say he had an injury or some shit. Or maybe he's asking for a rematch or whatever. I don't know. But really good win for Strickland there. That was all Strickland. Oh my goodness. The thing with Strickland is, although he's very brash and he says a lot of crazy shit, you could tell that like he had to do a lot of shit just to get here, you know. So you gotta be happy with those people, or at least that's how I am. Like, you see past like all the crazy stuff. Oh, he's gonna give the UFC so many problems. This is gonna be crazy. Oh man. Holy shit. Plus, largest betting upset in the UFC middleweight title fight history. Plus 460 underdog. Insane. It's crazy because Sean Strickland, in a lot of fans' eyes, is just known as a guy that just does 1-2, 1-2, like has very boring fights or whatever. Like a lot of people think that for some reason. I like his fights because he goes forward and he makes it at least interesting, although it is more of like jabs and 1-2s, and he'll throw a hook every now and then, especially recently. It's crazy that that's what beat Israel Adesanya. I wonder if Pereira tweeted something out. Let's see. I told you guys, but no one believed me. Congrats, Sean Strickland. Yeah, because Poatan did say if it's not me, it's going to be Strickland who beats him. So that's actually pretty interesting. That's really interesting. Holy shit. All right. Should I try and recap this card a little bit? I've tried to do it multiple times. I haven't been prepared at all, so we'll see. I think I actually did really good on this card. I got the main event wrong. I got top of the lane wrong. And I got the Chepe and Jack Jenkins. That one was a weird fight, though, because he just... It was just I don't want to call it a fluke, but it was a weird injury that kind of ended the fight, and he did get it in the first round, so it is what it is there. Jamie Malarkey robbed John McDessie. I didn't choose McDessie, but I figured I'd say something like that. Everything else, well, I said Radke would win, Gabriel Miranda, Kevin Jousset. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5-1, 6-1, 7-1, 7-2, 8-2, 9-2, 9-3. So we didn't really we did solid on this card. Okay, Sean definitely deserves it. His distance management is top tier, even though his arsenal is basic. Yeah, 100%. It's all that sparring too. In case you like all the parrying, sometimes he did too much, and that's what made him lose against Alex Pereira, was the parrying, and he was just super open on the feet, and he was just doing too much. You kind of saw that against Israel Adesanya, but Adesanya was doing too much himself. Like, he was doing too much moving. He wasn't doing the basic stuff. That's what he needed to do against Sean Strickland, but it just didn't happen. And the leg kick defense from Sean Strickland is so much more improved in this fight. Like, he's defending those leg kick so much better. Like, he's either putting the knee up to where the body kick was getting blocked or the calf kick wasn't landing so clean. But he was checking about like half of the leg kicks, it looked like, and Izzy wasn't throwing as many. And he was landing some leg kicks himself, which you don't really see him do too much. So he's landing teeps and everything. It was very weird. I don't know, man. We'll see who gets the fight of the night and all that. I'm going to see if it pops up at least some point soon. So we've got... all right, this is what MMA Orbit... Here, I should probably... Let's see if I can pull this up on my screen. All right. This is what they said. So we got me from Rob vs. Izzy 3 to Drickus versus Izzy to Sean versus Izzy to Sean versus Drickus. Yeah, insane sport. It's crazy the kind of stuff that happens. Who would have ever expected it? Oh my goodness. All right, let's see what people are posting about UFC 293. What are people saying? ESPN uploaded it. Oh man. This is a very rough week for Israel Adesanya for sure. This pay-per-view surprisingly turned out much better than expected. Yeah, it was actually a pretty solid pay-per-view. The main card was especially really good. Early on the card, what did we have? Kevin Doucette was a finish. Gabriel Miranda was a finish, but Gabriel Miranda literally just walked in there and submitted. It was... Jin Young didn't even put up a fight. It was so weird. He took him down like super slow, got his legs in, let him get his legs in, and just like put it under. It was super weird. But 2 early finishes. Radke versus Mathetha. That one was, if I'm remembering correctly, that one was actually kind of frustrating because Radke probably could have finished that fight early on, but that one is what it is. Haqparast versus Quinones was a good fight. Malarkey versus McDessie was kind of slow. I don't know how they gave that fight to Malarkey. Jack Jenkins versus Mariscal ended kind of early. Oberg versus Don Young was interesting because there was just a lot going on, and it was a little bit back and forth for a little bit of some of those rounds. Pedro versus Turcali, early finish, good finish. Tapa, early finish, nice. Manoa Cat versus Felipe Dos Santos, great fight. Alexander Volkov like completely destroys Tai Tuivasa in that fight, and then Strickland just completely outstruck Israel Adesanya. So crazy fight. Sean versus Drickus is gonna be wild too. Yeah, I don't know who I'm gonna go with in that one, honestly, because Drickus has really weird power. And he's a very weird striker, and he has good wrestling. And I don't think the wrestling will be too much of a factor for Drickus because Sean Strickland has really good defensive wrestling and grappling. Like he's a ground guy initially, and then he developed his striking a little bit more. So that one's really interesting because I do think Drickus has more power, but I don't know how long he can last in like a 5-round fight. Like as the fight goes on, I think Strickland will be better, but who knows, honestly, because I think I might go with Strickland because Drickus, although he is very awkward, Strickland is good at not getting hit, and I don't think he's a guy like Israel Adesanya where he's going to be super fast with his kicks and everything to mix it up on Strickland, to where I thought he probably would have been able to get a finish or land really well on Strickland, which it obviously didn't happen, but Drickus doesn't have that ability. I would have liked Drickus versus Israel Adesanya. Like I probably would have picked Drickus in all honesty, but I'll probably take Sean in that matchup, honestly. Decision. I don't think he finishes Drickus. Maybe Drickus tires out eventually and Sean finishes him up a little bit. Oh yeah, I just answered that. I didn't even see that comment. But what's your early prediction on Sean versus Drickus? That's what I got there. I'll probably say Sean Strickland because I just think, although Drickus does have better cardio, I don't know. It is a very weird fight. It's only because of Drickus too that it's a super weird fight. Sean Strickland is good at not getting hit, good defensive wrestling and grappling abilities, so I don't see that being a problem. So yeah, I think I am going to go with Sean. I could either see it going to a decision like a 49-46 or a 48-47, or I could see maybe like a finish. He just catches Drickus in the 4th or 5th round and finishes him up after like a super tired Drickus, and they go to war in the 1st round. I could see that happening too. So super crazy fight. Maybe if they want to do something super quick with Sean Strickland, they can definitely do that because Strickland's game. So if they need a headliner for a February pay-per-view, there you go. Because you have January they'll probably do Volkanovski. Depends on what they're trying to do at all. So we'll see about that one, if they're going to do Volkanovski versus Makhachev for 300, or if they're going to try and do Volkanovski versus Topuria before then, is a big question there as well. So we don't know what they're going to do with Volkanovski. I heard they're going to try and do January, but who knows at this point. I think, didn't Volkanovski say early January or something like that? So maybe the February pay-per-view, you do Dricus versus Sean Strickland. I wouldn't mind that. Headline its own little card. Maybe you put something decent under it, or you put something above it, like a heavyweight fight. Maybe you do Pavlovich versus Aspinall for the vacant title, and then you put Sean Strickland and Dricus du Plessis on there for the title too. So you can have a decent card there. March, they'll probably go to London, but if you're going to London, you would probably put Aspinall versus Pavlovich on there. So I don't know. They could do a lot of things. I think they're trying to save Makhachev versus Volkanovski, and although Volkanovski can come off with short notice, I actually think Topuria has a really good shot at beating Volkanovski. So I don't know if they should do that fight, but it is going to be a really long time before Volkanovski fights, and he's normally a pretty active dude. So you never know there. I don't know. There's so many things that could happen, though. UFC is so interesting. Honestly, the first part of this year was so boring. I was actually really worried because a lot of these cards are just not as entertaining as they were last year. But, I mean, at this point, a lot of underdog main events are coming through right now. So, super crazy time to be a UFC fan. I will say, like, the fight quality is a little bit lower this year. I think last year it was really hard to top a lot of the cards that we had, because you had that Austin card, that first London card. You had a UFC 273 or 270. I think it was UFC 275, right? Oh, no, it was UFC 273. It was Yuri versus Glover. Like, you had some insane cards last year. You had the Leon Kamaru Usman. You had Adesanya versus Pereira. Like, you get a lot of crazy stuff. So you can't. It's really hard to top that year. But this year we've had a lot of underdogs win. Let's see. Both Sean and Dricus had no chance of winning, but proved everyone wrong. That's absolutely correct. That's insane. It's anybody can win. It's pretty much. I won't compare it to football because I think UFC is more unexpected, especially MMA, because there's a lot of factors that come into it. But it's really insane the kind of underdogs that we get winning in some of these events. Like, you never really know with some of these fighters. Let's see if we got anything on bonuses. Yeah, exactly. Here we go. 2 down, 1 to go. What is life? 100%. Exactly. This is exactly what could have happened. We were like, Strickland might not happen, but it's up to Colby now. It's actually up to Colby. This is insane. Oh, the UFC could be in some hell. But honestly, in terms of intriguing matchups, Sean Strickland will probably make it pretty interesting with a lot of these guys. I will say Sean O'Malley and Colby Covington will probably promote it a little bit better, because Sean Strickland really needs to fight someone that he doesn't like to make it as promotable as it was for this one against Israel Adesanya. But if they do the rematch, it will probably be built up quite a bit. Okay, wait, did he repost this? Oh, yeah, he did. Let's see, UFC, did you post? Disputed champ. No, they haven't posted the bonuses yet. Holy shit. Absolutely insane. All right. I recapped the card a little bit. What is next week's card? Why don't we go through that a little bit? I haven't checked it. I think it's the Mexican Independence Day card, right? Yeah, Grasso, Shevchenko, Holland, Madalena. Oh, that's such a great fight. Rosas versus Terrence Mitchell. I don't know why that's on the main card. Zellhuber versus... Okay. The undercard of that could be a little bit better. I'm not going to lie. Yikes. Okay. It is an underrated card, though. I guess I'll say that, man. I feel like this could be really good, though. The main event, co-main event's really good. I like... What fight? I like Tracy Cortez versus Jasmine Jasudavicius. That's a really good fight. Because if you did not know, Tracy Cortez actually has a win over Erin Blanchfield. Let's see. Yeah, she beat her by split decision in Invicta. So that's an incredible win. In 2019, too. So it's not like super long time ago. That's what I was trying to say. But such a great win. Jasmine Jesuda Vicious is actually looking pretty decent. Just beat Miranda Maverick, like destroyed her. So Gabrielle Fernandez lost to Natalia Silva by decision. So I guess that's not really a bad decision to lose there, but she's been looking really, really good. Kevin Holland, Jack Dilla Maddalena. I'm taking JDM. Sorry. I think JDM is actually the underdog there too. I think he just destroys the body and finishes them up in like the late first or second round there. I think the power will be too much, and Maddalena is just too crisp on the feet there. Grasso versus Shevchenko. I have no idea who I'm going to go with in that one. No idea. Because Grasso did rock her early on. I think it was like the second round with like a jab. I want to say it was the second round. It was like the second or first round. She rocked her with the jab, landed some really good shots. Izzy and Rob can throw down now. Yeah, they can, but Rob is coming off a loss, though, to Drickus. So I feel like, if anything, maybe you... I don't know what they do. They could just give Izzy the rematch. I don't think they should, because he hasn't defended the belt since he lost to... or since he beat Alex Pereira the second time or whatever. So I don't know. We'll see what they do there. Be very interesting. The new UFC 5 cover athlete. Freaking Manel Cap and the Radke guy, dude. They're insane. Oh, man. I was fully expecting Strickland to say something at that point. Exits the Octagon, seeing... Yeah. Says hi to all his family. The final 30. Yeah, that was crazy. I saw him put his hands down, and I was like, oh no, Strickland, don't get KO'd here. But yeah, I'm so happy for Strickland. He was kind of scaring me at the walkout. He always does during the walkout. He always looks like he's shitting bricks when he walks out to his fights. Looked the same against Abbas. Looked the same before that against, what's his name? Imavov. Looked the same against Pereira. So I was a little bit worried, but once he got in the octagon, he looked fine. I was actually kind of fine there, but man, who would have thought? Who would have thought? Yeah, I completely agree with this too. I don't know if a rematch makes sense for Izzy at this point. No rematch needed. Izzy is now 1-2 in his last 3, and that was a dominant schooling from Strickland. DDP has earned a shot. Yeah, you could definitely give the shot to DDP. Since it is the UFC and they like Chimaev. But here's the thing, though. There are some fighters that are really good against some of these. I don't want to call him Dagestani because he's not Dagestani. But like some of these, that style from that region of Russia where they're heavy wrestling, a little bit good on the feet, like not super technical either, but have some good power in their hands. Like I'll say Abbas Magomedov or whatever, even though he did wrestle a little bit in their fight. Nasruddin Imavov. And like Hamzat Chimaev, I feel like Strickland does really good against them because he has a really good defensive wrestling base and he's good on the feet. So he'll outstrike these guys and he's good at defending some of these takedowns and he's good in those grappling situations. So guys like that, you'll even see it with like Nate Landwehr, weirdly enough, when he was over, what promotion was he in? Where he's beating a lot of these Russian guys. Is it M? It was M1. Yeah, it was M1. Like if you look at some of these guys that he's fighting, like look at these names. I feel like some guys just have really good styles against those style of fighters where they're just heavy wrestling, and it's similar to Strickland, heavy wrestling. And they develop it later on, but Strickland is just a little bit better on the feet there, which is why I think he beat Abbas, even though Abbas is more of a better guy on the feet, more of a guy that's based on the feet than a heavier wrestler, even though he did wrestle a little bit. But like an Imavov and things like that, I think he does really well against them. I think there's certain fighters like that. I'm really hoping we can see some bonuses so I can get out of here. And I'm actually kind of hyped now, so I'll try and make a little bit of the videos earlier this week. We'll see how everything goes though this week. So, damn, that's insane. What does the UFC page look like? ESPN MMA. 800K views and it's still coming out 20K likes. What are people saying? This has to be the biggest championship upset in UFC history. I don't think so. Adesanya after fighting Strickland. Oh, that's great. Oh man, that's so bad. fought the perfect fight. After all Strickland said about Izzy too, where he said like no guy that beats off the cartoons is gonna beat me, and talking about his dog and shit. I was surprised Izzy didn't look better out there. I'm telling you, I think Izzy was not taking Sean Strickland seriously, and he was just doing way too much. Had no if you cannot say it's rigged. I know they're trolling, but you can't say it's rigged because that's the last thing the UFC wanted in that fight. Let's be real. It's the last outcome the UFC wanted. I think maybe Izzy thought he was just going to KO him early, honestly. That's the insane part. Sean Strickland. Insane. Come on, let's get some post-fight bonuses. Okay, ESPN posted on their page. We'll see how many interactions this gets. They just posted it, so we'll check in on that again. Insane. Okay. Oh no. Holy shit. Okay, yeah, Dana White on the rematch between Sean Strickland and Israel Adesanya. I think you do the rematch next. We'll see. Doesn't really make too much sense. Yeah, Izzy's 1-2 on his last 3. 0 title defenses. Yeah, I don't know if that makes too much sense. I think they want to do Izzy versus DDP, though. That's the thing. But then you have Costa versus Chimaev, and you really don't want Chimaev waiting out another damn year. Well, I guess depending on the situation, if you can get into the country is a bigger issue, but I don't know, man. He didn't even wrestle. UFC 294 is trending. UFC 294 is going to be insane. They're still waiting for another main card fight. I thought it was going to be Dariush versus Arman Tsarukyan, but they haven't added it yet. But there's only 4 fights there, so I think they're going to add another one. I don't know what's holding that one up. Maybe they're thinking if they should do it on like a fight night card or something. The main event, the fight night card. Islam Makhachev, Charles Oliveira, Paulo Costa, Hamzat Chimaev, Ankalaev versus Walker. I really wanted Ankalaev versus Rakic. I think that would have been a really fun fight. I think Rakic probably would have won that too. Mava versus Oliskarov. I put these Dagestanis against each other. Those got to be some of the most interesting fights that I really want to see a lot more of. I want to see them fight each other more. I think it's something like a religious thing. I'm not too sure, honestly. I'm not going to say too much on it, but maybe they can't fight other Muslims or something. I don't know. That's probably not true, but I really want to see some of those guys fight each other. And I think that would be pretty interesting. I want to see new guys fight each other. Yeah, 100%. I agree with you. Colby Covington is trending now. Holy shit. Strickland heard 2 F slurs from his dressing room and came out motivated like a prime Floyd Mayweather. Shit was not fair. Okay. All right. All right. All right. I don't think we're ever going to get some post-fight bonus. Oh, wait. Okay. There we go. There we go. There we go. Fight in the night. We got Manel Kape versus Dos Santos. Felipe Dos Santos is right. I think that's his name, right? That's probably the best one. They both get $50K. I'm happy for Dos Santos. That's some good money on your first day at the job. Who do you think will win in the rematch against Charles versus Islam? I think I have to go with Islam, but at this point, with the amount of underdogs that are winning these main events and how unlucky UFC, well, I guess they got Sean O'Malley winning this year. I mean, you can't get more favorable stuff than it normally is, but the amount of underdogs that are winning, would not be surprised if Charles Oliveira wins. Like, he definitely has the chance. I need to rewatch that fight soon. I was thinking about doing an early prediction, but I think it's a little bit too late. What is it, next month and like 24, so I'll probably have a few weeks, but there's no point in doing that. But maybe I'd do it. But I have to go with Islam Makhachev. There's no way I go with Charles Oliveira again, especially after the last one. But I think Charles Oliveira is going to look a lot better, for sure. The thing is with Islam Makhachev is that he's looking really, he's improving on the feet. He really is. He's looking a lot better on the feet. So that's a big worry with the guy in Charles Oliveira. But Charles Oliveira hasn't taken damage in a year. Let's make that clear. Like, Dariush matchup, he didn't take any damage. So that's going to be really good for Charles Oliveira's chin. He didn't take damage before that Dariush fight. So really good for Charles Oliveira. The chin's probably going to be the best it's been in a while. He's getting a little bit older. But again, man, I don't know. It's hard to discount Charles. I feel like he's going to do so much better in this fight, but I can't say he's going to win. I really can't. Because it wouldn't make too much sense, honestly. So I just can't. I have to go Islam. All right. Let's see. Do we got one more award here? Affiliates. Come on. Let's post the other one. Let's post the other one. I don't think they'll post another one. All right. So that's what I got here. I reviewed the card a little bit more of what happened tonight. I looked at next week's card, which has some really good fights. I'm really looking forward to the co-main event and the main event. Honestly, Terrence Mitchell, didn't he just lose to Cameron Simon? And he was on the Ultimate Fighter, right? He lost to Kai Car France. Yeah, that little meme that happened there. But honestly, good main event for a fight night card, and then good co-main event. A lot of fights did fall off of this. This was going to be a lot better of a card. Yeah, look at this. Shavkat versus Gastelum was going to be on there. Chris Curtis versus Anthony Hernandez. D-Rod versus Ponzinibbio. I mean, even Hernandez versus Kopylov was going to be really good. Like, it's just a very unfortunate turn of events there. But, I mean, it's still a decent card. Good co-main and main event will carry this one. And there's going to be a lot of Mexicans in that crowd. So, you know it's going to be a pretty... like, you can at least say that they're going to be a pretty rowdy crowd. I won't say how good of a crowd they will, like, in depth with the sport. So they'll probably be booing at weird moments, but it just is what it is. It's going to be a good crowd anyway. So that's what I got here. Let me see if there's anything else that will be released. Man, absolutely crazy. Oh, wait. Dana White on the homophobic slurs used by Radke and Cap in their post-fight interviews. That was flying around a little bit tonight. I think these guys get a little excited and you make bad mistakes. Radke did the same thing, and we didn't run over and say, you better apologize. He did that on his own. When he got backstage, he was embarrassed. He got caught up in the moment. He got emotional when we make mistakes. I'm not holier than thou either, so we've all been in positions where we've made a mistake, and it's how you recover from it and how you carry yourself after you make a mistake. He came out and apologized out of his own free will. We didn't tell him to do anything, and the fact that he did that means that he means it. I'm sure some people will accept his apology and some won't. Yeah, fair enough, but Cap will just get away with it. Cap is a savage. Nobody cares they said that shit. Oh, yeah, I agree there, but I won't read it out. Crazy card. Okay, here we go. Performance of the night bonuses. Sean Strickland and Justin Tafa. Yeah, it's probably about right. Is there anyone who really... Honestly, Volkov probably should have gotten the performance of the night. Instead of Tafa. Like, that was a great KO, but vicious, super vicious ground and pound. But Volkov should have got that performance of the night. I'm going to be honest. He completely destroyed Tuivasa and got that Ezekiel choke. I feel like he should have gotten it, but he's probably getting paid some decent money. I think it got a release anyways, but I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I'm going to try and get the Contender Series picks out soon. Probably tomorrow, if not the next day. It'll probably be tomorrow. I've been consistent on that at least, so I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I tried to get my reaction at the end, but again, super crazy time. We'll see what happens for the rest of the year. A lot of things can happen. A lot of great fights that can be made. I think next month is going to be super fun for fight fans in general, especially if you like boxing or MMA, because we got Fury versus Ngannou. That's gonna be a fun one to watch. Izzy just handed his mic over to Eugene Behrman at the press conference. Okay, that's weird. I need to catch up on that, but yeah, gonna be a super crazy month next month. We're gonna have some really good cards. Actually, wait, hold on. I need to be careful when I say that. Fuck, I need to end this stream. UFC 294 is gonna be nice, and Ngannou versus Fury is gonna be nice. I probably shouldn't speak too early because I know there are some weird cards coming up. Fuck, all right. Grasso, Shevchenko. All right, that's October. I don't think we have main events yet. Yusuf versus Barboza. I don't think that's that bad of a main event. I know people are pretty angry about it, but I'd rather have that over some stupid women's MMA main event. Rather have that over like a Holly Holm main event. Like I'll take that, honestly. Like Viviane Araujo fought Alexa Grasso in a main event last year. The last thing I want is her in the main event. Jonathan Martinez versus Yanez is a great fight. Pereira Pajea versus Barriol, great fight. Simon Rodriguez, great fight. Dvorak versus Tatura Terra, great fight there as well. But yeah, we have some really fun fights next month, so it's gonna be a really fun time to be an MMA fan and a boxing fan or whatever. So I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Let me know what you guys think. I didn't really say anything important, I guess. So hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I'll see you guys next time.